Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we have what's in my gym bag. Now this is a what's in my gym bag from my actual gym bag that I haven't cleaned out, that I just have full of everything that I legitimately take to the gym with me every single day. So let's just have a look through. First of all, the bag is the Oner Active Tote, because was it really going to be any other brand? I don't think you understand. It's always going to be Oner, and they have the cute smaller gym bags, which I'm definitely tempted by. But the first thing that's usually in here, which isn't right now because it's in front of me, is my tripod and camera, and I don't think my tripod and camera would fit in the smaller bags that they have. And this tote is amazing. You can just lob everything in it and it still looks cute. It doesn't matter how little or how much you have in it. It's cute. It's cute. Let's dive in. It's kind of messy. I mean, the first thing I'm going to pull out is all of these bands. Oh my gosh. It's actually not usually this messy. Nathan can attest to the fact that I make him wait while I fold these all up usually. So these are my resistance bands. They do come in this little cute pouch, but you can't shove them in. You really have to like fold them up each time, and I just couldn't be bothered today. But in my programming at the moment, I've got a lot more like pull-ups, banded tricep dips, that sort of thing. And although my gym has a lot of bands, some of them might be downstairs, some of them might be snapped, a different one might be upstairs, and I'm never sure if I'm using the same one that I was last week. There's lots of different brands, so some of the colours might be different resistances. So I never know whether I'm making like true progression or not. So I thought, let's just get my own bands. They're not that expensive. I think these were like £20 off Amazon, and they do the job. It's exactly what I need. And I know that if I get an extra rep than last week, I know that it's an actual progression because I'm using exactly the same bands. So bands always come with me in their little pouch. Secondly, one of the things that came out with those was my straps. Now, if you use normal material straps, throw them away and use these, because these are the best. Now, the actual brand of these is Bear Grips, and they're a little bit more spenny. I want to say maybe £25. Maybe it's not so bad, but I just always am gonna get something cheaper if I can get it cheaper. If I can get the same product for less money, why not? Like, I'm not one of those people who really needs to have certain brands or really needs to spend X amount of money. If I can get something for cheap, I'm going to get it for cheap. So these cost me £4 or £5. Now, these are from My Protein, and everything on My Protein has a discount. It's like DFS. If you don't use a discount code, you're stupid, in my opinion. The only thing is, these float in and out of stock, and when they have things out of stock, I tend to find that they just take them off the website. So I was worried that they didn't have them. They do have them, they're back in stock. But these are basically amazing lifting straps. They've got lots of cushioning around the wrist, which I actually find to be better than the Bear Grip version. And it's this little rubber flap that kind of helps you to grip onto the barbell or whatever you're using. I find it to be so much easier than the material ones, because you don't have to faff like wrapping it round. You literally just catch it like this, and when you've got one on and that hand's attached to the barbell, you can really easily do it with one hand the other side, as I'm like showing you that I can't do it easily, but you can really easily do it when both hands are attached, so you don't spend a ton of time like trying to wrap your straps. They don't dig in because they've got all the padding. They're just simple, easy, comfortable. Love them. Couldn't live without them. I use them for my deadlifts, and I use them for my lat pull downs especially. Next up in our bag of tricks, we have my camera mics. I tend to just keep these with me at all times in case the gym is super quiet. The times that I tend to go to the gym, it's quite quiet anyway, but if there's nobody upstairs, then I will take my opportunity to mic up and film some videos that I need to film. I always have a list on my phone of videos that I want to film for my Instagram page, so I know that if it's super quiet, I can whack out my mics and I can quickly look on my list and see what I need to film. These are the same as the Rode ones that everyone uses, like the little clip-on ones that people infuriate me with, because literally you can clip it that way so you can't really see it and it's not ridiculous, and I'm not, you know, why do people hold on to it and talk like this? Please guys. And if you really wanted to be fancy, you can plug in a little lapel, is that what they're called? You know the little like TV presenter mics that people clip on? You can clip that on, tuck this underneath, and there's a wire. We could make it even more discreet. These are a cheaper version, they're not super cheap, but they're cheaper than the Rode mics. So if you need a decent mic that's clip on, there's 2 of them, so 2 people can use them at the same time. Get these, the Synco version. Don't say I didn't treat you to some good recommendations in this video. Then, because I usually have my camera in here and my tripod, I also have these in here. Obviously my lens cap, the amount of times I've just left this on the floor, and my gym is all black, so I make sure I lob that in my bag anytime that I'm actually using my camera. And then the little phone attachment for my tripod, which I've only started putting in here recently because I didn't do it because I just always use my camera. I never filmed on my phone. Then once I was like so ready to film loads of stuff and I didn't bring any batteries with me so I've brought this with me now because my tripod then was totally useless and I couldn't film anything. So I brought this with me so that if I ever need to film anything on my phone, then I can. Speaking of batteries, because I've been out of battery before, I've got some backup batteries also in my bag. I realise this is like not a very relatable gym haul because not everyone is filming themselves in the gym for their job, but it's realistic, what can I say? Then I have this little bag full of just bits and bobs because I don't like to have too much floating around at the bottom of my bag, especially when it's these kind of tote bags. Like there's no zips, there's no sections. I like to have things tucked away so I can grab what I need. And in here is a multitude of deodorants. I mean, there's 3 different types of deodorants in here right now. I mean, I can't even, why is there 3? I don't know why there needs to be 3. A lot of the time I go to the gym early in the morning and I'm just like, I'm so in the routine of like, okay, have breakfast, get up, get changed, get out the door, that I sometimes forget to put deodorant on. So I always have these in my bag in case I forget to put my deodorant on. And I think it's one of those things where I'm like, put another one in because in case I forget my deodorant, shove one in. Do you know what I mean? That's why I have multiple. And then I have a spray one because especially when I used to work at the gym, people would be like, oh my God, I've forgotten to put deodorant on. Do you have any deodorant? So it's always nice to have a spray that other people can use because I feel like it's a bit gross to share roll-on deodorant. Personally, I'm going to use a roll-on over a spray. And you guys know that I use wild deodorant normally, but I don't like to use it as a top-up deodorant. So if I've already put deodorant on and then I put more of that on, I find it's too thick and creamy, whereas I can top myself up with this if I need to. Like if I've done exercise and I'm going somewhere else and I need a little bit of extra freshness, I like to top up. Then we have a tiny mini perfume and a little body spray. Again, when I used to work at the gym, the amount of times that either I would get too sweaty or someone else would be like, oh my God, I stink, can I borrow some spray? So these have just always been in there because actually now I'm not at the gym long enough to really need that. It's always useful to have around. Then I have a tampon because you never know. But then also I have this, which I think is the bathroom lock. I don't know how or why it's in there or when it got put in there or why we haven't noticed it's missing, but that was in there. So I'll put it back. Then I have a few random bits and bobs. Hair bubbles. Again, the amount of times I've gone to the gym without a hair bubble and it's the most annoying thing. How do people train with their hair down? I have long, thick hair, so it's especially annoying. Truly, even if like one wisp of hair came down, it would be too much. So hair bubbles are necessary. Again, it's like the deodorant. Anytime I get caught short without something, I then load extra into my bag because I'm like, we can't forget that again. And then inevitably it still happens. Then we have some paracetamol, ibuprofen, because, you know, you might need it. And of course, headphones. Has any successful workout ever been done without headphones? Ask yourself that. They have to be noise cancelling headphones in our gym because the music they play is so loud and I don't want to listen to that. And I also really just like being in my own world. I think just having headphones in, even if I don't listen to music, even if I just have them in my ears, it just makes me zone out, makes me feel like I'm in my own little world, and it also stops people from talking to you. Which sounds horrible, but especially when I've worked at the gym, people come up and chat to me, which, to be fair, they don't as much as they do other staff, but it just means that you can get away with being like, rather than getting into a full conversation, which I realise as I'm saying that out loud sounds really mean, but I'm not meaning to be mean. And if you see me in the gym, please do talk to me. You don't have to be like awkwardly chatting to the person next to you because you've using the same bench. Like, I don't know, just headphones, okay? And then lastly, which isn't actually in my bag, obviously I have a water bottle, and obviously it's going to be Stanley, like it has to be. But the problem is she can't go in my bag because she leaks. Now this should be maybe a Stanley de-influencing video because she's cute, okay? She's green, she matches the aesthetic, she holds a lot of water, she keeps that water cold and fresh, and it makes it an enjoyable experience to have a drink. Don't get me wrong, but you can't take her anywhere. If I'm in the car with this, our car, by the way, just has really minimal cup holders anyway. They're not big enough for this, despite the fact that surely the whole point that it's got a smaller bottom is for it to fit into a cup holder. I've not met a cup holder that does fit it. Explain that one to me. And it spills. But luckily, usually in the morning, me and Nathan are going to the gym together and he will usually drive. So I'll hold her, I'll strap her in. Because otherwise we have this like it should be an armrest next to us in the car, but it's you can put things in it. And she can balance there, but she does move to and fro. So it's probably not very safe because I have to like use my arm like this to keep it to keep it back. So she's not in my bag because she must be held at all times. She has attachment problems, but it's okay because it means that I drink plenty of water. So that is truly everything that fits into my gym bag. I was actually watching a few of these before I filmed this, and lots of people have loads of like, in my opinion, super unnecessary things. They've got like hairbrushes, they've got loads of different like gym attachments. Our gym is pretty good in terms of attachments, so I don't need to like bring my own rope or bring my own cuffs. Like people are carrying around a lot of random stuff, just like bras and pants and this, that and the other, which it's not gonna, no, it's not for me. So this is just legitimately what's in my bag. I'll leave links to everything down below if you wanted to use any of these things also. I hope you've had a great Christmas and a great New Year, and I will see you next week in another video which I'm currently filming and don't know whether it's gonna go too well, but I'll post it regardless, so look forward to that.